as you focus on the bird chirping outside, as you focus on the bird chirping outside, you're becoming aware of the present moment. The sky is blue, the sun is vivid, the wind is blowing, the air smells fresh, the wind is soft instead of harsh like in a storm. These things are significant because as you focus on them more, you let go of all your worries, your doubts, your fears. But you'll see, when you first initially start meditating, all your worry, doubts, and fears come up. Your doubt comes from your past experiences. Your fears come from your future assumptions. And your worry is dabbing into both of them. So you have to be aware of your present. And the more you practice over worrying, you'll begin to be way more aware of your present. The second point I want to bring up is subduing the negative mind. Just like I said when I did my story on IG today, you bury negative thoughts. They're going to occur, but it's all about the intensity you put behind them, how much time you devote on thinking about them. Will determine the fire that flickers behind it. Is it running a blaze, or is it just a small lit fire? Can it be blown out? Sure. But it becomes harder to blow out when you put so much intensity behind it. So you have to just subdue your negative thoughts. Subdue them. Tear them down. Turn into yourself and saying, with self-love, this is not beneficial to me. This is not adding to me. This is not making me a better person. Subdue it. It's okay to respond to your own thoughts just so you can remove those thoughts and they not be repeated. So you become an expert at subduing your thoughts. You become an expert at being in the present. And the third point is mindfulness of the meditation object. It's better, especially when you're in a training mode, moving from beginner to expert, it's better to focus on one object. So if the water is running, think on that one experience, the water actually running. If the bird is chirping and you use that, if you pull up a sound on YouTube, you use that. If you focus on your breathing, use that. And the way you can tell you're going from beginner to expert is you'll do it with a lot more ease. It doesn't become such a task, but a desired action that you know and you love to dive into because you like the benefits of it. So choosing to focus on one object for a long period of time, you can start off at first. You can focus on your breathing for 30 seconds and then your mind is distracted. Being acquainted with where you're at in it is so important, because then your expectation is not so high for yourself and you don't come down on yourself and you're not so focused on doing things a certain way. You're more so focused on developing, becoming, And so the third point, mindfulness of a meditating object, of the object that you meditate on. It's okay. Then our fourth point is dawning awareness. Dawning awareness is being aware of our mental patterns and our psychological makeup. Where we get our disposition from, where we get our worldview from, and being totally aware of it. It doesn't make it right. You could do something for 10, 20, 30 years. It doesn't make it right, but you become accustomed to it. That you make it the norm. So being right and being the norm is two different things. Oh, that's just how you act, someone may say. Even though it's not right, it's normal to you. So it's key to be aware, totally aware of what's going on with you. And the better you get at knowing what's going on with you, the more you become an expert at assessing yourself. And then lastly, unwavering commitment. If you are an able body, every day, you don't even have to move your legs and shake your head, and you can still meditate every day. You're committed to it. You're committed to it because of the results that's therein. So again, it doesn't become this routine that you dread doing. Instead, it becomes an activity that you enjoy being in. So let me run through the 5 points again so you're clear on it. Being aware of the present moment, number 1. Number 2, subduing the negative mind. Number 3, mindfulness of the meditation object. Number 4, dawning awareness. And number 5, unwavering commitment. And you might, as you develop and meditating, you might play back this episode to conclude within yourself how far you came along or how far you need to go. Choose meditation. Choose it. I guarantee you it'll be more like that cereal that you're thinking about that might be good, but you don't know how it looks. If it's appealing enough to taste it. So you skip over the idea that it might not be the best thing to look at. But once you taste it, you enjoy it. And you have it enough, you get used to the way it's shaped. And so it is with meditation. You might not be used to sitting still and being quiet for a broken off segment in your daily activities. You might be used to picking up the phone all the time and talking. You might be used to clicking on the radio or the TV and watching or listening. You might be used to going this place, that place. However, I challenge you today to just step back and separate yourself from what you're used to doing and just do things that are more beneficial. You can only reap good benefits from meditate. And it's so attractive to know that if you are able to just quiet yourself, all the richness that you want to experience in life is found in the quiet chambers of your soul. Learn you, learn meditation, learn your next steps. This concludes our segment in part 2 on the power of meditation. Keep going, don't stop. Because your results can only get bigger and more frequent. And you'll begin to love it. The love of meditation deepens as you go from beginner to expert. And that's what you need to realize. Join me next Tuesday on another topic. Tune in. I'm excited. Keep inboxing me. Keep reaching out to me. Keep texting and calling me. I do come and speak at groups. I do provide free life coaching initially. Come. Respond to me and let me know how you feel. And it's not with the expectation that you just want to give gratitude. I want to know that we are growing together. And that's way more important. Each time I dive into a topic, I acquire more knowledge. Each time, because it's an ever-learning process. I thank you once again for listening. Have a beautiful weekend. And this closes ER Emotional Response Podcast on this beautiful Thursday. Take care.